into a brigade. They're much stronger, and obviously when you've got two rooks on an open file, it's a lot better than having one rook. So forming brigades is a coordination and a cooperation thing. Now, the queen can combine with rooks, combine with those heavies, and the queen can combine with the bishops. And she can combine with the knight. She's the most powerful piece, really, not just because of that she can move from one end of the board to the other. She's the most powerful piece because of how she coordinates, and particularly the knight, because he is the specialty player, or she. And so, as you can see with a knight, I always turn my knights in towards the center, because that is like a kinesthetic, sort of like a feel sort of reminder that the knights want to be on the center. Now, what happens if the knight is sitting on the edge of the board? Now, the edge of the board can be a wonderful flare out to the opponent's end zone, to the back ranks. That's not a problem, and it can be a great mean, as long as you're attacking your opponent. That's you're going to, it's not just where you are, it's where you're going to. But what happens when the knight is on the edge of the board, do you think? Well, imagine that the knight is on the edge of the board here. Okay, what actually do you think happens? What do you think happens to its movement range, its power, its forcefulness on the game? It halves. It loses that because it can't jump off the edge of the world. So that is a significant thing. So if you're going to go to the edge of the board, you need to be thinking about how you can attack, how you can sacrifice, and sometimes being in a position where you're close to the edge of the board, okay, where you're not quite on the edge of the board, that will give you an extra couple of squares. So it's not as bad if you're on the file. Files are columns between you and your opponent of squares. So obviously this can be a wonderful attack point. It really comes down to their pawn structure and their as a target of opportunity, and also time on target. You want to build your forces on a target. So the knight is a way of sneaking in. He's the ultimate in-fighter, the ultimate knife fighter, as they say. So there you have it. That's a video about the knight. And so now I'm going to do some free play. Okay, so we're going to start with the knights facing each other, and I'm going to move them around the board. Okay, so I'm going to start with white, like white starts the game. And now, can black go here? Well, it could, turning towards the center. The knight could actually go there, but what's the problem? The problem is the knight's wheel is dangerous. So if the knight is on the light squares, the dark squares can become a danger, and you've got to have a sense of danger. But obviously, getting up next to the knight is perfectly fine, because the knight is weak on the squares all around the knight. We can see the knight wheel extends further than that. So if I go here, this knight cannot actually see this knight. It can only see where it's going. So say now, because they're on opposite colors here, they're landing on opposite colors. So there's no danger. Okay, so let's have a look. All right, can this knight attack diagonally? No. Okay, and so now let's part ways a bit. Okay, so now we can see the knights are starting to get some distance, and there's no danger as long as they're on opposite colors. Because if they're on opposite colors, they land on opposite colors, so there's no danger. So if you're in a time scramble and you've got no time to think about it, you just need to go to the opposite color of the opposing knight. So there you have it, the noble chess knight, and we'll be doing more videos about this beautiful piece. And so take care, everyone. Bye.